Hello student. Today we are starting our new chapter, transformer protection. So in this particular chapter we will see the how a transformer is protected from the various kind of faults occur within the power system. Okay, so transformer is a main component of the power system, so we have to protect it from the faults occur in the power system. So there are various kind of protection applied to protect the transformer from the faults, and throughout this chapter we will see the many kind of protection system for the transformer. Okay. Okay, so now what kind of faults basically occur in the transformer? Faults in the transformer. Transformer is one of the most important components of power grid, as it is a static device and totally enclosed and oil immersed. It rarely develop faults. Okay, the significance of a rare fault becomes the serious except the transformer is disconnected from the system. So if due to any reason, if a transformer is disconnected from the system, then it will create a big problem. Okay. uh, ex- uh, Now what are the kind of faults? First is external faults. External faults occur due to overloads or short circuits. Okay, sustained overload condition is detected by thermal relay by giving an alarm or the direct disconnection of transformer, and external short circuit condition is detected by time graded overcurrent relays. Okay, and what kind of internal faults are there? Internal faults occur due to failure of insulation between windings and between winding and the core. Okay, so internal faults are divided into two groups. First one is a short circuit in a winding. Okay, so these are the serious faults and causes instantaneous damage to the transformer, and they are sensed by relay by means of unbalances in the voltage or current. Okay, it includes the line to ground or line to line faults on HV and LV windings. Also there is one more fault which is called incipient faults. Okay, so these are minor faults initially but slowly become major faults. Okay, so uh, what is if at any place if you asked about what is the incipient faults, then you can answer like this. There are they are these are minor faults at initial stage but slowly become a major faults. Okay, such faults are not detectable at the winding terminals by unbalance in voltage or current. These faults occur due to the poor electrical connection, core faults, failure of coolant, and bad load sharing between transformer. Okay, so this kind of faults are occur due to these causes. Okay. Then we have another kind of fault which is auxiliary equipment faults. These are minor fault initially but slowly become major fault. The various faults in auxiliary equipment are oil leakage. If when oil leaks from the transformer tank, oil level in the tank drops, and this increase the temperature of winding and damage the insulation of the winding. Okay, so oil leakage is also a big problem. Deterioration of dielectric strength of oil. Okay, so by aging effect, if dielectric strength of oil is deteriorate, then it will again create a problem. Okay, conservator tank mounted at the top of the transformer tank breathes air through a breather so that moisture does not enter into the oil, but sometimes moisture get entered and mix with the oil that drastically deteriorate the dielectric strength of the oil. Okay, so failure of ventilation system also creates a fault at temperature of oil and windings increase due to failure of cooling system of transformer. The cooling system fails due to the blocking of a radiator, failure of oil uh, pump, and failure of fans. Okay, Vicky, and also sometimes wicking of insulation creates a fault. Okay. So increase eddy current loss and temperature rise of core. This leads to failure of the insulation of winding and major faults. Okay, so eddy current loss also creates a hazardous situation. Uh, Also, there is a if at any place at any part of the transformer, if there is a improper joints or connection, then it will create a local heating generated by improper joints and connection, and it gradually leads to a deterioration of oil if when joint is immersed in the oil, into the oil. Okay, so these are some auxiliary folds. Okay, auxiliary parts that creates a fold. Okay, so now how we can protect the transformer from the folds. Okay, so first protection is a overcurrent protection of transformer. Transformer are provided with the overcurrent protection as a primary protection when differential protection does not justify the cost, and in case of differential protection, overcurrent protection is provided in addition to take care of through fault and as a backup to the differential protection. So basically a transformer is protected by using the differential protection. We already see how we can apply the differential protection in chapter 3. We already studied the differential protection for a transformer. So normally transformer is protected with the differential protection, but in addition, or we can say in backup, we provide a overcurrent protection, or sometimes only overcurrent protection is provided to save the costing. Okay, to save the costing of the protection. Okay, overcurrent protection of transformer is preferred for a rating between 100 kVA to 5 MVA, and an earth fault relay is provided in addition to overcurrent relay. Okay, so we have to provide one earth fault relay also in addition to overcurrent relay. Usually three overcurrent relay and one earth fault relay scheme is used to realize all type of phase fault and earth faults. Okay, so when we use the overcurrent protection for transformers, so we have to provide three overcurrent relay and one earth fault relay to realize all type of faults and earth faults. For small transformer, overcurrent relays are used both overload and fault protection. Okay, extremely inverse relay is preferred for overload and light faults with instantaneous overcurrent relay for heavy faults. Okay, so the overcurrent relay also has many types. So when there are overload or light faults, then in that particular case we use the extremely inverse relay, and when there are heavy faults, okay, in that condition we use the instantaneous overcurrent relay. Okay, and when there is a ground faults, then in that condition we use the very inverse residual current relay with the instantaneous relay is preferred. Okay, so this is the basic diagram how we can connect the relays with the transformer. Okay, so transformer primary side is connected with the cities, and this city is connected with the overcurrent relay and one earth fault relay. Okay, so while selecting the overcurrent protection of transformer, following aspects to be considered to avoid the relay maloperation. So there is some important things that we have to consider while choosing the overcurrent protection. Okay, so first, IDMT relay used for overcurrent protection does not operated for a magnetizing inrush. So this is a very important thing. Then that we have to consider that our relay should not be open when it observe the magnetizing inrush. Okay, so it has a enough time delay while instantaneous relay may operate for a magnetizing current. Hence, to avoid the relay maloperation, instantaneous overcurrent relay is set higher. Okay, instantaneous overcurrent relay on a primary side of the transformer is set little above this asymmetrical value of the fault current for a three-phase transformer. Okay. Then transformer primary side full load current is considered while setting the overcurrent relay, and the plug setting for IDMT overcurrent relay is generally selected as a 125% of the transformer rating. Okay, same set of current transformer should not be used for both overcurrent protection and differential protection, as city requirements for this protection scheme are different. Okay, so same set of current transformer should not be used. Okay, here. Then restricted earth fault protection for transformer. So we have to provide earth fault protection to the transformer to protect it from various kind of leakage and earth faults. Okay, usually HV side of star delta transformer is a star connected and LV side is a delta connected. When neutral of HV winding is isolated or grounded through high impedance, voltage of healthy phase with the reference to the earth increases above its normal phase to neutral value for a LG fault. Okay, rise in a voltage is equal to the line voltage for a isolated neutral, and high above the line voltage for a high impedance grounded. Hence the transformer insulation design is limited to amount of maximum voltage rise at the time of LG fault, but cost of the insulation becomes the uneconomical to match with this voltage rise, and solidly grounded neutral does not suffer from the voltage rise at the healthy phase. Okay, so when LG line to ground fault is occur on the star side of the transformer, the zero sequence current is absent in the delta side in the delta side. In this case, differential protection becomes less sensitive, hence a separate earth fold protection is required. Okay, so a restricted earth fold protection is used for internal earth fold on star side of transformer. It operates backup protection for a earth fold on a transmission line origination from substation. It works on a differential circulating current principle and respond to the internal faults in any star connected transformer winding. It operates instantaneously for the internal fault. Okay, so this is how we provide the earth fault protection to the transformer. So you can also see in the figure for external earth fault, current circulates in the pilot wires. Okay, so you can see here, here we have a earth fault relay, and here we have all the cities, and star connected, star is connected with the ground, and here we put the winding. And if any kind of earth fault or any kind of leakage is present in the system, then current circulates in the pilot wire, and the line city secondary and the neutral city only. No current passes through the relay, hence the relay does not operate in a normal condition. Okay, or in a in condition when the fault is external not internal, because we have to operate we want relay operate only when the fault is inside the transformer, not the outside, because for outside fault we already put many relays for to protect the system from the fault in the other equipment. Okay, we have to only focus on the internal faults. Okay, so performance of restricted earth fault protection under internal fault. So whenever any internal fault is present, if winding is connected with the metal body, or any person is touch the metal body, then in that particular case current circulates in the pilot wire, neutral city, secondary, and relay coil has a current. Now it has a current, and due to this current, when this current is reaches to the pickup value, then at that time relay will operate. Okay, the faults on delta side of the transformer is taken care by the instantaneous earth fault relay made to operate as a residual current exceeds the pickup value. So any the kind of fault is present on the delta side, then also it will increase the current, or it will create a current so that our relay is operated. Relay does not require to be coordinated with the earth fault relay of other side of transformer. Okay, so this is how we can provide the earth fault protection for a transformer. Okay, so this is it for today. In next lecture we will see the another type of protection for the transformer. So up to now, if you have any kind of doubt, then you can comment it down. Thank you.